Hello, everyone, and welcome to All on the Table. I am Jen Giggles, as usual, and today I will be playing a one of our characters. I am Rafe LeBeau, here for the Artifacts of Romulus game. I'm also our producer for the show, and today's game is led by Jenny.
Greetings and salutations all. I am Jenny. I am our keeper of secrets. And I am going to pass it to our dwarf.
Hi, I'm Nick. Today I will be playing Sorknir Starcaller, a dwarf with a mighty history who hopefully will be able to get us out of the very serious situation we find ourselves in today.
We are in so much trouble.
If he were a betting man, he would definitely bet on us all dying today.
And hi, I'm Nobody, and I play the role of Yolna Voidwasa, a Leonin druid who's just here to go new places and eat new people.
That is a literal statement, folks. Yes.
I am so sorry, Yolna, that I spaced and thought that you had already introduced yourself.
No, it's all good. These things happen from time to time.
Okay, so we are good.
We're all set to start.
Believe where we left off was in the deep realm. I don't remember the last thing that happened off the top of my head. Crap.
Staring at a great construct of my people that appears to have activated and come out to defend the city from us.
Because we're very, very deep.
After traveling down the long lift ride to the bottom of the shaft, after riding the not space worm from not Arrakis.
Yes. I would like Sorknir. Oh, wait, would that be our nature check? Dwarven check.
Okay.
Dwarven Arcana check, I should say. So there is advantage.
Indeed. And that is 21.
Okay, this construct is trying to figure out how to explain this. I believe I described it as it was a giant. Oh wait, it did say who dares enter this place.
Yes.
Oh yeah, with the very deep gravelly voice. I forgot about that. So, Yorick, the second this happened, so as you guys are all saying, so this is a deep gear golem. It is a very ancient form of technology that uses materials that are no longer able to be processed by dwarves.
I recognize this. One of the great creations of my past. We don't make them like that anymore. We need to speak the words of welcome if we do not wish to be treated as a hostile.
And what would in what would those be?
Does Sarknir know the words of friendship?
Yes.
Bella. Be at ease. We are travelers, and this is my rightful realm.
I am going to need all of you to make a perception check. Sorknir, since you are in your people's element, you have proficiency on this perception.
Okay.
You don't have advantage, but you have proficiency.
14.
Okay.
I got a 6 because I rolled a 1.
You are underground.
What?
Yes, you are in a dark place. And this is a very scary house. Fiona?
That's a 22 on my end.
Whoa.
Oh. Okay. 1 second. I am going to roll for yeah. So our Jotun has activated a teleportation trap, and they disappeared. The rest of you,
No, when you say
because they
activated,
just
you mean like stumbled into or did deliberately?
they backed up and accidentally stepped on a rune.
Okay. Fair enough. Thank you.
We'll have to find him later, I suppose.
1 sec.
Typically.
On the bright side, he should not be in danger
So
for
is
the
this,
moment. My kind would not go to the trouble of transporting him and not keep him alive.
I'm sure there's some
That
oobly.
seems reasonable. Are we in danger? Is this big thing done? Are we good? I don't want to. It doesn't look good to eat, so.
Our Rafe, you just see a bright flash of light, and the Jotun is gone.
Yeah. He
You don't know what happened. You just know 1 second the Jotun's there, next second the Jotun's gone.
He got teleported away. It's magic. I'm sure she can figure out that much.
Yeah, that's about all you know. You just disappeared. You don't know how he got teleported. You just know he got teleported.
Yeah. So, yeah, somewhere, and as Sorknir said, he's probably kept alive somewhere. Like, yeah, there's probably some oubliette somewhere that's keeping him.
With the 22, Iona actually recognizes this as a druidic rune.
Ah, Well, that's not ideal. I suppose there may be more things we have to worry about after all. Never heard of cave druids, but apparently it's a thing now.
You know, there's just so much in this world. Sometimes it's nice to live in your own little corner of it.
Isn't it just? So, dear, I don't suppose you know anything about dwarven druids in this sort of civilization? I don't. Is this a team up, or is this supposed to be here?
I don't know if I've ever heard of such a thing. Have I heard of such a thing?
Roll history. Would that be considered dwarven history or just history?
You could consider this architecture, in which case I have advantage on it.
Go for it.
That's good. Much better. 19. That's above 10.
What was the first one?
Below 10.
Okay, so a 19?
Yep.
Okay, so roll an investigation, Sarknir, to see if you see any others in the architecture. Any others? Like, yes, the time period, like this is from the right time period, this area. But also see if you see any other indications is what the investigation's for.
19 again.
Yeah, there are serious signs of druidic collaboration in this structure.
It seems my people here worked with druids for a time. It is, oddly enough, exactly what it appears. You and I may need to work together to understand these, then Iolna. Is there anything you can detect about any magics?
Good question.
You want to roll for
Is
something?
there
Tell me what you
anything
want me to want to
familiar?
roll.
Anything I'm recognizing out here?
What do you want to roll for?
Have no idea.
You have a choice between nature, history, investigation, and arcana. Each one would tell you different
Nature,
things.
History, investigation, and arcana. Wow.
Yeah, nature would tell you about like the natural energies in the area that would tie into these kinds of things. Like, so kind of like, not the ley lines, that would be the arcana, but the nature is for like, the natural energies in the area.
Best one for me to go for, because Yolna's training has never been exactly formalized. She just kind of does this stuff, so.
Okay.
But it's still just a 10.
Okay. Not really. And we have lost Iona. Is Iona still there? Or?
No,
No.
but they'll be back and returning.
Yeah, nobody
Quickly.
will get back here in a minute.
Yep.
Okay. So I want Sorknir, roll a performance. check.
For a second there.
I do not perform on command. Today I do. 21, nat 20.
You accidentally tap into your innate dwarven magics while saying that phrase. The phrase to the golem, the guardian golem.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I forgot to have you do that before. But I had to do the whole Yorick thing, so we kind of got sidetracked.
Okay, I understand. So we're at. I understand
Yorick
that it's.
happened
I understand that it's
first.
that kind of golem. Yorick disappears, and I speak
Yeah.
that out with, and we made.
Yeah,
the
pretty
check
much
to
it
see
was
how
that
works.
thing says that Yorick disappears.
Okay,
We have come back to you saying speak friend and enter thing.
gotcha.
You have tapped into your innate magics, and the golem doesn't just stop and return to its spot. It kneels and bows to you.
Excellent.
Hmm.
When was the last
What?
time you were activated?
What year is it?
I tell the golem the year.
So many such and such years since such and such since such and such since so and
Yeah.
so since whose brother lived and whatnot.
I still have to look up the piece of information anyway, so
Perfect. There we go. That's a much better answer that Sorknir would have thought to give. Explaining in detail the number of years from each age as he understands them. This takes him a good 10 minutes or so to go through each of them with his usual flourish.
wrong one. Ages advertised. There we go. I think that Starknir would probably just say it is the year. It is the year 400 in the fourth era, fourth age.
You have your data. What is
What?
the answer?
How many years was it? Wait, did you say fourth age?
I did.
It has been 2 ages since I have awakened.
Sarkir takes another just slow look around the place, marveling at his find of this place.
Although I can feel that some of the lesser guardians have awakened at other points since.
How far away?
It points to right outside the building to a pile of rubble, and says the closest one is there.
Where is a map of this place?
It may I rise, master?
Yes.
It stands back up and walks back over to its chair and sits down, and the floor under you lights up and a map pops up in front of you.
Perfect. This
Is Iona still here?
No, she is lost again.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I just lost them.
Nope. Nope. Nobody's missing again. I don't know where Thon is gone.
Okay.
Rafe's just sitting watching all of this and is just kind of like, oh, you know, all this fancy stuff. I don't know if I like it. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but like, really? Let's see. I just got a message. Hang on. Yeah. Apparently nobody can see us, but we cannot see them at all.
Oh,
Should we reset?
that's nice.
They,
Yeah,
they're reloading, so we'll go from there.
Okay, I wasn't sure if we should reload or if they should reload.
This is a phenomenal achievement of technology. Surely you can see that, friend.
Oh yeah, it's just seems a bit convoluted, you know?
Not at all. And Sarknir explains to you for the next 10 minutes the 5 different paths that we could take to get to the destination that the golem pointed to.
No. It's pointing right outside this building at a pile of rubble.
Sarknir didn't realize that and thinks that it was pointing towards some other part of the map now that's showing up, and explains this to Rafe for about 10 minutes before Rafe very helpfully points out that it was pointing at the rubble.
Like
Yeah, that's
it's
the
just
closest
a
East around the
little
building or
convoluted.
west?
But also on the map, there are other blips.
All right, we do have Iolna back, so let's do Iolna's thing before we lose Thon again.
Okay.
But Sorknir, darling, what if we went all the way around the building and then back to it? There's so many ways we could get there.
That does increase the number of permutations. Excellent point, Iolna.
It's kind of funny that nobody is holding a live cat and I'm holding a stuffy cat.
Oh,
It is the kitty.
All right.
She doesn't usually like to be on camera, but she's behaving today, I guess.
That's good.
how polite. Let us move forward and investigate this rubble then. There is some sign of more recent disturbance. Beyond the obvious.
Yeah, Rafe, I need you to make a clan check. You know the check I mean.
Yeah, but what am I adding to it?
It's the unique trait modifier. I can't remember what the modifier was. That's why I'm being vague about it.
Hang on.
The Dawn faction trait.
Yes. Just double checking everything.
Makes sense.
Okay. You never actually gave me a trait for that, so I'm just going to go with Arcana.
Yeah, because it
And
does kind of. I think it kind of would kind of make sense, right?
yeah, so that's a nine. That's a. I'm sorry, 18.
Yeah. As you guys, so wait. You guys are heading towards the rubble, correct?
Uh huh.
Okay, yeah. As you guys approach the rubble, Rafe, you are getting quite strong signals in that language.
Okay. Okay. Um. Well, since I can just translate it, I'll tell everyone. There seems to be some kind of illicit like activity around here. It's kind of a little weird. I'm not entirely sure why it's happening. Um, let's keep an eye out on it. Yeah.
Uh, would you like to investigate, like, or try to decipher what it is saying exactly?
Well, I mean, yeah, since I can speak it.
Go for it.
Good reason. Good reason.
That would that be perception or investigation?
I can speak it. If you can speak it, you can translate it. So,
Okay, good point. Good point. Well, I mean, because the trait let you know it was there. I was just wondering, like, yeah, never mind. Okay, yeah, so you can translate it. It's pretty much a similar to when the daggers were. Similar to in the dagger vault,
mm-hmm.
but it's more of a warning this time. It's
Okay.
like the gist of it is beware the flaming shadow and those that can change their shape.
Okay, yeah. So I'll translate that out.
Yes, I might be very dangerous to you. Watch out.
Well, yes, you have no. You are not flaming.
Am I really?
Well, yeah, you're not on fire right now, are you? Of course, you're not flaming.
Sorkir gives the Spock eyebrow when you first explained that you would be a great enemy in the dwarf people in his realm.
Yeah, we're not
And
flaming.
just kind of keeps tennising back and forth between you during this conversation. Very, very. Well.
After hearing that, so upon hearing that, I'm not sure if I should call it a golem or an automaton.
Either or.
Colossus. We'll just call it a Colossus.
Okay.
Colossus that has been following you because it got back up and is following you guys towards the pile of rubble. Has actually walked up to the pile of rubble and is kind of sifting through it until they pull out what appears to be a rune engraved gear.
Does it look dwarven?
Sort of. It's got dwarven runes, some druidic runes, but some stuff is written on it that two of you don't recognize.
Okay. And what is written on it?
It's not really words per se. More like imprints in that language.
Yeah. What is it?
Kind of
say?
like more like circuits. They're not words. They're more like circuits. The ones that you can read, Rafe.
Okay.
It's not really read, but you can tell what they are.
So it's like, okay, and this is connecting this, which connects that, and that's how so that's how the dwarfs and the druids were working together. They were just connecting it with those wires. Yeah.
Pretty much. It's Sorknir, roll a smithy check. Or I guess dwarven check.
Okay.
Which of course has advantage.
22.
Okay, Diona, Arcana?
Ha.
For the druidic side of things.
That's an 11.
Okay, you said 22, Sorknir, right?
Yes.
It's a collaborative check, so I'd say yeah. You guys both pass. So what you guys can decipher from this, from what Rafe has just said, so Rafe said that you guys have kind of inspected the gear also, and this is its heart or core, this gear. It's literally like the thing that powers the whole thing.
The city, the Colossus, some other device, what?
The secondary, the guardian that was this pile.
Ah,
The
okay.
pile of rubble was a guardian.
Gotcha.
One of the lesser guardians.
Why would you not activate if such a destruction happened so nearby?
From what I can decipher, this did not happen where it lays.
Interesting.
So
It
someone
was moved
destroyed
here.
it somewhere else and then dragged all the parts here and then just left the important bits behind?
This is the whole Colossus. Or Guardian. This is the whole Guardian.
So why bother moving it?
To send a message. I would guess.
Hey, actually, since you're being talkative now, do you know where those teleport traps lead? Can we go find our friend?
They are not. They were not under my purview, but I know he is safe.
Fair enough. Had to ask.
At this point, I can't think of anything to do but check more of these sites and investigate.
Master, may I ask, what is your party doing here?
We are investigating something of power that may have laid here. Where are the vaults? Show me on the map.
Roll persuasion.
$13.
Okay. Wait, was that with advantage or without advantage?
Without.
You're trying to persuade the Colossus, so it's with advantage.
Oh, okay.
It's a piece of dwarven technology. What do you expect?
19.
Okay. It hesitates for a minute, and then a section, 3 sections of the map light up. The map is still floating in front of you. It's not like a hologram. It's on a little like crystal tablet. That the Colossus is moving.
Nice. I explain to the Colossus my lineage, and then finish with a request of what is in the vaults so we can figure out where the Romulus artifact is most likely to be. We can yada 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 that and just get the answer.
Yeah, no.
Of where
I'm gonna
which
need
one of those we want to go to.
I'm gonna need all of you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Is this a? Oh.
22.
Okay,
Oh, I have proficiency in con. That's right. Of course I do.
Would be
Fiona?
delightful 9.
9.
23.
Okay, Iona is currently has their ears bleeding. Iona's ears start bleeding from the loud bellow that the Colossus let out.
Can we not with that? I don't like the loud noises. Big.
You guys just have a slight tinnitus.
Explain yourself.
Apologies, Master, but I cannot tell you where that is.
Was that an error?
No. My creator forbade it.
Can you wash the blood out of my fur? What a mess. I mean, why did... if you couldn't do it, just say you can't do it. Don't start yelling.
Indeed.
It is a mechanism I have no control over. Apologies.
Are there any other areas you are forbidden to speak of?
What was that, Master?
Are there any other topics you are forbidden to speak on? We don't need to alert anything else to our presence down here.
1, the deepest reaches of the deep realm. I cannot speak of the creatures that reside there.
Very well. Sorknir turns back to the party. Iona, are you ready to travel?
I'm fine, just unhappy.
That does look unpleasant.
Master, you said that you were descended from the ancient families, correct?
Yes, on both sides.
I didn't say ancient family. The ancient family is the high and deep dwarves.
Saying that would probably surprise this ancient automaton, as this thing would have last been activated before the splits.
Well, you did tell me that you did kind of fill in the blanks.
I suppose with the lineage.
Yeah.
So yes, he confirms the Guardian's question.
There is a way.
Clarify.
If you would be willing to sit upon the obsidian throne in the Hall of Eternity, and you are accepted by the throne, I would be able to tell you. But I was not allowed.
Sarknir
That
pauses
sounds
and
potentially
ponders this.
ominous.
Will we have full access to the city at that point?
Yes, you will be able to revive the city in its entirety.
What
But
was
there
that
is...
about? Accepting him? I mean, is it? What are the risks here? I suppose I'm getting at. I mean, all the monarchy succession nonsense we've seen down here, there's always a trick to it. So what? If he sits on it and doesn't accept him, he explodes? What? How?
No, it is not
Like I said.
it is not a deific throne. It is not like the throne of a deity. But if it does not accept him, he could be hurt severely, potentially die.
Let's see. This is good to know up front. Yeah, this is.
I have no fear of being judged by my ancestors. Show me the path.
Very well, master. And it walks over to a obelisk nearby. Oh, wait, it didn't hand you guys the gear, correct? You guys just inspected it?
Yeah, how big is the gear? Is this something we can pocket? I was kind of thinking...
No, it is not. It is the heart of a colossus. It is not something you could pocket.
Okay, I was thinking like a semi-tire at like the smallest. So I was assuming it wasn't something that we could take
it's
with
about the size of
us.
a semi-tire.
So yeah, I was like, I don't think we have a way to take this with us, really.
And it weighs...
Unless, can I fit it in the pocket forge?
You could, but you did not take out your pocket forge. But I would not recommend putting it in the pocket forge.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you don't want the pocket forge to become sentient on its own, right?
No, I would not recommend putting it in there because it is differing magics. It would be like putting matter and antimatter in the same spot.
That's usually a good idea from what I remember.
Matter and antimatter create humongous explosion.
But if we can control it, we can travel faster than light. These little pockets of warp bubbles.
Yeah, but just putting it in the pocket forge would cause that reaction. You wouldn't be able to control it. And it's not a matter-antimatter type situation. I'm just using that as an example. An uncontrolled matter-antimatter explosion.
That's fine. We leave the giant cog behind.
So it has the head Colossus Guardian has put it back in the rubble.
Okay.
And has it also has kind of flattened the rubble out into kind of a humanoid type shape and put the gear where the heart would be. So it's not just a pile anymore, it's actually laid out. What you couldn't tell before was it's not just like random chunks. It's like the Colossus was broken apart. So the head Colossus was able to put it back in its proper shape.
Sure.
So he put the gear where the heart would be, but it's just like a hole in the thing.
Right. It's
So
still
there's like a
totally
hole.
destroyed. They just put the pieces in like the vague shape of the Guardian.
Yeah, it's almost as like what it looks like is it looks like something had punched the gear out. So there was just a big hole in that section of the torso.
That is troubling.
He walks over to a nearby obelisk and puts its hands on the sides of the obelisk like this, like with its fingers splayed like this, but kind of like on both sides into 2 indents on it that you guys would not be able to reach and are too large for you. It's rather high because this is like a 30-foot tall colossus. The thing puts its hands on the obelisk, and the obelisk starts to glow a bright blue, and then shoots a beam at the destroyed Lesser Guardian and to several surrounding obelisks, which then cause a chain reaction of other obelisks to start lighting up.
In one particular direction?
Yes.
Very well.
The Guardian that was on the broken Guardian, you start hearing a clanking and grinding noise coming from it.
Is it putting itself back together before our very eyes?
It's alive again. It's not technically fixing itself, but it's alive again. Would you like to repair it, Sorknir? With Iona's help.
Can the Guardian that's okay come with us, or is it stuck keeping the path?
Oh no!
lit up
It's
for us?
once the obelisk activated, and it shot to a couple other obelisks. It kind of created like a tether between obelisks, so it just kind of is like a perpetual. Like the 2 obelisks are keeping each other powered.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's perpetual energy between obelisks once activated.
I will return and repair this machine. For now, let us press forward.
Very well. I will summon one of the other attendants. You all might want to cover your ears and open your mouths.
Wonderful. More of
Indeed.
this.
Sorknir actually pops open the smithy and pulls out what would no doubt be some hearing protection within them and passes them out to the party.
You still would need to open your mouths, though. Oh, you have Harangon version.
No. Rafe just hands back the weirdly human dwarf elf-like things, and says, I've got. Oh, I got.
Yours are just earplugs.
She takes out wax and wax and balls it up and stuffs it into her ears and goes.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you guys are all standing there like this. That's actually a thing that you do when there's artillery fire nearby. You cover your ears and open your mouth so you don't blow your eardrums.
Yeah.
And it raises its arms and just whams its hands together, and a blue beam shoots out of its middle fingers towards a statue off to the side that then starts moving. It is a more human-sized statue of a dwarf. It's still dwarf proportion, but human-sized. So it's a dwarf statue that's the size of a medium human.
Gotcha.
So it gained 1.5 feet, at most of height.
Oh, it's high. It's high medium. High medium.
Okay.
It's still a statue.
Statue
This one does
can be
not carry a
any size.
weapon, though. It has a scroll in its hands. And well, in one hand it has like a rolled up scroll. In the other hand, it has an ancient Egyptian style book which is pretty much just like planks of wood that were tied together with like vines or reeds.
Okay.
So it's literally got like the book under one arm, and it's got a scroll in his hand, and when it activates, it opens so it kind of like starts moving, and then it opens the scroll, and then looks at it, closes it, walks over to Sarknir, and gives kind of a polite bow. And in a very feminine but mechanical voice, says, "Greetings, young master. I am one of the scholarly attendants in this city. If you would follow me, I will take you to the Obsidian Throne."
Lead the way.
It sticks its scroll in its sleeve because it's wearing like a dwarven robe of a scholar. So it's not like a wizard's robe or anything. It's like a dwarven robe where the scroll will actually stay there. And then it takes the stone, like the deep stone version of an Egyptian book, out from under its arm and just holds it in its hands and just starts flipping through it as it leads you. And starts giving like a guided tour as you guys walk. Over there
walks
is
with
where...
his hands behind his back, just taking this all in like a lord being presented with his new lands. Just like, yep, good.
Over there is where the great libraries are. All of from what my scroll said, it has been about an age and a half since I was last activated. It seems that all of the materials in the libraries are still intact.
Good.
And a little ways down that way. So it pointing to the left where there's a bunch of huge domed buildings that have like scrolls on the like a stone scroll, open stone scroll on the front, which denotes the library. And then it walks, as you guys continue walking, it points to the right to kind of an open area with a couple like buildings that are just off in the middle of these like flat areas that are surrounded by fences. Or poles, not fences, but spaced poles. Over there is where the local livestock and other animal and steeds and stuff are kept in stasis until the city is revived. And if you look down and to the left on the main street, you will see the crafting district.
Magnificent.
You said until the city is revived? Are you expecting everyone to come back?
It kind of okay, so roll perception, Iona. So it is turn to you. Roll perception.
21.
Okay, you could tell it is giving you a look you never thought that a autonomous statue could give. It's giving you a very like dirty look. Like, who are you to talk to me? It looks at you, turns back around, keeps walking.
Oh, jeez.
Now, I've gained a little experience recently in fighting inanimate objects. If it does that again, I am going to smash it. I just want you to know that in advance.
Does what in advance? Or did the rest of us catch the dirty look?
Roll perception, Rafe and Sorknir.
Oh yeah,
What'd you get?
that was a 17.
Okay, Sorknir.
A 19.
Okay, yeah. You both caught the look that this this autonomous statue gave Iona.
Sorknir stops walking for a moment. Scribe, answer the question.
It turns to you with a very much more pleasant look on its face. It says, "Yes, yes, Lord." When the city was evacuated, the animals were put into a form of stasis so that when it was safe to return, the animals would still be here and they would not have to start over. They are very unique animals. It's not something you could find on the surface.
Most wise. Now, explain your rudeness to my companion. Did the druids not assist in part of building of this place?
She gains a slight surprised look on her face. I did not realize she was a druid. And then the automaton turns to Iona and apologizes profusely. I am so sorry, fair druid. I did not realize you were a druid. I thought you were just a random Leonin that was accompanying my master.
Now, see, that doesn't solve the problem. You being polite now because I have a title doesn't make it better that you're just rude to anyone who asks you questions. You understand that?
I thought you were just a random adventurer that was accompanying the Harrigan and my master.
And
I did not realize
the
that
right to be
you
shitty
were a
too?
druid.
Sorry, forgot about.
What was that?
And that gives you the right to be preposterously rude just because you don't know who someone is? Just because you think they're unimportant? What is this?
It seems my kind did not value diplomacy as well back then.
I would say no.
That is incorrect, Master. At the time of my last awakening before the city was evacuated, which was back in the Second Age, mind you, the Leonins did not have a good relationship with the Deep Realm.
Interesting.
They were part of the reason why the city was abandoned.
Most interesting. But a lesson for another time, I think. For now, we have corrected the situation. Continue. And Sarknir begins walking again.
I do apologize, Druid.
I live in a cave, and before all this, I hadn't talked to another sentient being for 5 years, and even I know to treat people decently, so maybe just fix that, huh?
I will have the head guardian adjust the protocols to the current political climate.
Again, it isn't the politics of it.
Well, you think about it. If the last time that this automaton was activated, the Leonins and those that lived in the Deep Realm was very bad. And a Leonin be asking a question of the automaton, which is a dwarven construct, would kind of be the political climate. Because the Leonin was kind of at war with the dwarves and those that lived in the Deep Realm.
Okay. All right.
That kind of fit. That is political climate, right?
I think perhaps I'm not getting my point across right now, so let's just go ahead and skip ahead.
Okay. The automaton then says very well, and it continues walking. And Fair Harangan, may I speak with you?
Oh, I suppose. What's up?
I see that you are part of the Dawn faction.
Yeah.
How are the seals holding up?
Oh, last I heard, things were good. Yeah.
Good. I would not want the Devourer loose.
No, we don't want that, no. And the things are still good down here, then I take it.
From what I can gather from the diagnostics that I can access from my tableau, all the seals on the lowest level are holding.
Okay.
They're a different type of creature from what the Dawn faction deals with, but they are still very dangerous.
Well, yeah. That's, we all have to do our part.
Yes. Might I inquire what family you are part of?
Oh, me? Oh, I'm a LeBeau.
And which caste family is that?
It's the LeBeaus.
Fighters, the wizards, the sorcerers?
Oh, see, my dad was we're matrilineal and all, but like my dad was a fighter, but my mom's a sorcerer.
Ah, you are from the sorcerer family.
Yeah.
And you are also from the fighter family. That is good. Very good. There is the Emerald Throne. It does not have the same problems as the Obsidian Throne, but I believe you would be able to pass its test. Would you like to try?
I suppose we could try that, yeah. Yeah.
Very well. It is near the Obsidian Throne, so while Master is taking the test of the Obsidian Throne, you can take the test of the Emerald.
Oh, sure. Why not?
It is right up ahead in that building on the hill.
Okay.
The scribe automaton points straight ahead, it's a straight avenue right up to a walled building.
Okay.
Kind of a keep, not a castle, mind you, but more like just like a keep.
Mm-hmm. Okay. If that's the direction we're heading, we'll just keep walking.
It is. No, it's just as I said, the scribe automaton is kind of giving a guided tour, so. So you guys keep walking for maybe another 15 minutes or so, and you arrive at the portico of the building.
Mm-hmm.
The portico is down.
Okay.
What do you do?
Assuming the stones and everything are still in good shape,
Yes.
I'll look for I'll look for some kind of lever or spot to pull, some kind of key, hand kind of thing.
Iona, Sorkner?
I will assist.
I mean, it seems the only reasonable thing to do if this whole city is run by machination.
Roll investigation, all three of you. Sorkner, advantage. 4, Iona?
Indeed.
13.
Nat 20 to 26.
Yeah, as you are looking along the wall near the portico, so inside the recess where the portico is, as Sorkner, as you are looking along the wall, you happen to brush your hand across a dwarven height plate. So it's at dwarven height. And your hand gets, you feel a sharp pain in your palm.
I take back my hand and look at it.
As you look at the wall where your hand just was, you see that there is the blood that the wall took has now formed into a handprint. And that is glowing crimson with a green outline.
That's a weird color combo.
The portico, so the area around you starts rumbling and the portico raises.
Okay. We walk in then.
I admit I'm surprised. I would have figured. I mean, as much as this place is all mechanics and advanced things, blood magic seems a little woo-woo for.
I was not expecting that.
It was an identification. That's what I'm looking for.
Protocol, method.
Yes, protocol. Thank you. It was an identification protocol. It only opens to certain bloodlines.
I think my ancestors would be able to just ask. And to see. Is putting a little bit of pressure on until the tiny bleed stops.
Oh, it has stopped bleeding. It's kind of like when you prick your finger for like a glucose test. It stops bleeding pretty quickly.
Indeed.
So the portico raises enough for everyone to get through, but Rafe does have to lower their ears.
Okay.
Or should I say, when you pass through the portico, your ears get like pushed back.
Such are her sacrifices.
There is a type of barrier right on the other side of the portico. It didn't prevent you all from entering. It's kind of like a malicious intent detector.
Ah.
is what you can guess, because none of you got stopped by this barrier.
Okay.
I turn back to our scribe. How much farther to the Emerald Throne, then?
The Obsidian and Emerald Throne are right through here, and it leads you into the main body of the keep, and pretty much so it leads you in the open, like the front gates of the, so through the portico. There's a large pair of iron door, like wooden iron doors, that as you guys approach, just creak inwards from misuse. Like it just 100% creaks on their own, and a line of torches that are on the railings of a set of stairs ignite. Just along the stairs, and then on the wall at the top of the stairs, like right across from the top of the stairs, is a pair of very ornate doors with two lit braziers, not braziers, like torch holders on the wall that are lit blue with blue flames. And she starts walking up the stairs, the scribe.
Okay. Sorknir follows.
Fiona, Rafe?
I suppose.
I mean, I've got nothing better to do. We're here to make you monarchs or whatever, right? So let's go do that.
Is that what this
so
is?
once
I
you guys
want
are
that.
all up at the top of the stairs, the scribe pushes the ornate doors open, and unlike the other ones that creaked, these grind. They are made of stone that none of you would have been able to move.
Okay.
They don't go like this, they go like this. So she's literally pushing like that. And on the other side is a very unusual room. It is not lit by torches. There's no visible light source that you can immediately see. But there are 3 thrones. 2 stairs up and another 3 stairs up.
Okay.
There's one made of opal and one made of emerald on the 3rd step, which are the 2 steps up, and then where the 2 thrones are is the 3rd step, and then at the very top, at the pinnacle, it is a obsidian throne.
Gotcha.
So, what's that opalescent throne over there?
I did not ask your druid friend if they would like to, because of the bad impression I made. If they would like to take the test of the opal throne, they are welcome to.
No, that brings up another question, actually. You've mentioned these tests a couple times now. What are we looking at here? I mean...
The 3 thrones have different tests. The test of the obsidian throne is the test of bloodline. It will test both the willpower and the bloodline of the occupant. The emerald throne was made for the advisor from the Dawn faction. It will test their innate ability. The opal throne was made for the druid, ambassador and advisor. It will test. It is unknown how that one tests, because no druid that has taken the test has ever said what it entailed.
You
Well,
know,
that sounds right, at least.
I have a feeling like the dwarves are just a little too into their tests. You know.
No.
Yeah, well, I mean, we already
The
had to
Emerald
do a blood
Throne.
test to get in here.
The Emerald Throne gives so the Obsidian Throne all parts of the city, but also gives sovereignty of the city to the occupant that passes the test of bloodline. The Emerald Throne, which is one of the advisor thrones, that one is, it gives some kind of status to the one that passes the test. I believe the last one to pass the test was a member of the sorcerer family. A little bit out of a character. What is your mother's name, Rafe?
I don't remember. She just calls her mom. She has
Margaret?
never named her.
Margaret LaBelle?
Probable.
Her name was Margaret, I believe. But I might be wrong.
Well, I mean, Margaret, possible. I mean, there was grandma, there was mom, and there were the great grandma, and then there was like I think at least 3 other great grandmas somewhere along the line. Yeah, and I got a sister named Margaret. Obviously, though, my sister's not gonna be the one to have sat on it. She's younger than me.
How old is Rafe?
Rafe's in her 30s.
Okay.
She's like 30.
Yeah, and Harry and Gon do live quite a long time.
A couple hundred years at most.
In this, no, because of their they live about 800 in this world.
Okay.
This was about 1 sec. Let me check my tableau. And she unfurls her scroll and looks through it. The last one to take the Emerald test and pass was about 300 years ago, and it was a Margaret of the sorcerer tribe.
Well, as I said, it could have been mom or it could have been great grandma. Either one. I mean, I don't know. But 300 years ago doesn't seem that long. I mean, this place has been empty for how many years? How long?
Since the middle of the Third Age, or the beginning of the Third Age.
Yeah, that was more than 300 years ago.
But from my what my tableau says is that there was that the scribe CX47 administered the test.
I don't know nothing about that.
The Opal Throne gives gives status to the druid that passes the test, but the status given to them is different for every advisor.
When you say status, like, I mean, generally I would take that to assume some sort of regard. People see you in a certain way. Are you referring to a specific thing that I'm not understanding?
One of the one of those that passed the test was made Hierophant of a Ranger Conclave. Another one was given the ability to be an ambassador and advisor to not just the Deep Realm City, but also the Dragon Council.
So it's a title, okay.
But also it has also given abilities to some that passed, that are extensions of the abilities they already had.
Oh, very well. Are we doing this or are we not?
Oh, I suppose if you two do it, I will.
Sorknir wastes no time and ascends to the obsidian throne.
Master, you are to go last.
He pauses before sitting down. Why?
If all 3 seats are empty, the obsidian is to be the last. That is just the way it is.
Oh,
Very
goddamn
well.
protocol. Fucking A. Oh, pardon
Again,
me.
I don't understand. Like, if there's no one on the obsidian throne, what use are advisors? That just.
Even though there was no one on the obsidian throne, the last time the emerald throne was used, they did gain a status of high regard. It does not, it is what is, I think, what you would say a rite of passage for some people to come and take the tests of the obsidian, emerald, and opal thrones.
Now, see, that actually makes a lot more sense to me than it being an actualized form of government. So, yes, sure, why not? What order do they need to go in then?
The emerald and opal thrones have to go. It does not matter which one goes first. You could go at the same time, but the obsidian throne has to be last.
Okay.
Very well.
Yeah, I'll go sit down.
Okay.
And let's call a break right there. Because
Okay.
it's been about an hour and a half. Well, let's come back in about 15 minutes.
Okay.
See you soon, everybody. Welcome back, everyone. Once again, I'm Jen Giggles. We're here to finish up this episode of Artifacts of Romulus. When we left off, Rafe had just sat down on an emerald throne in a dwarven throne room.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to make 2 rolls. First
Okay.
roll, Constitution, saving throw.
Okay. That's a 15.
1 second. You pass.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, you passed the posed check.
Okay.
The second roll you have to make is the illithid roll.
Okay.
The Constitution check was for strength.
Well, I passed that one. I rolled
What'd
a
you get?
20. I got a nat 20, and using Arcana, that gives me a 25.
Okay, yeah. It does shake you a little bit. You will have a slight headache afterwards, but you get a humongous amount of illithid sound entering your head.
Did I just get info dumped?
Yes and no. It's more like it's gibberish.
Uh-huh.
Oh, even better.
You will have to meditate on it to try to decipher it. But there's one piece of there's one thing that did stick out.
Uh-huh.
Welcome, new guardian.
Oh, great. Guardian, that's a good name. Sure. Leave me with a freaking headache. Oh, for crying out loud.
It was the massive amount of information that you got. The only thing you were able to understand is welcome, new guardian.
Jeepers criminy. This is just a pain.
Okay, Iona.
Hello.
Opal Throne.
I suppose if I'm I mean, it was the deal we made. Rafe said she would do it if we did. It would hardly be fair of me to back out now.
I appreciate your sacrifice.
You sit down on the throne and a massive amount of energy starts flowing around you. Roll nature. At advantage.
Just want the two of you to know that if this thing tries to make me an ambassador or something, I'm not going to do it. That's a 15 either way. I rolled 2 12s.
Yeah, you pass. You are now extremely in touch with the elements around you. You have gained 3 elementals at proficiency. You have gained a solar, a lunar, and a wind elemental.
So they're hanging out now?
You have a connection to them. You have not formed the pact yet, but they are interested in you now.
I see. Okay.
So you are well on your way to making a pact with 3 elementals. You will have to meditate and commune with them to find out what they want, what the conditions are, and the terms. So the terms and conditions of your pact with them.
Right.
And if you both agree to the terms and conditions, all 4 of you agree. So you and your elementals each agree on the terms and conditions. You will have a pact with them.
Roger that.
You now hear the same thing that Rafe heard. Welcome, new guardian. May they help you on your endeavors. Now, Sorknir.
Wait, so you got pets and I got a headache? That sounds just about... That doesn't sound...
Oh, no, you don't know that she got the elementals because they're not physically there. They cannot manifest until she makes the pact. Until they make the pact.
So for now, all you can complain about is that she didn't get a headache.
Yes, that's all you can complain about.
Yeah, well, Rafe is very Midwestern. She's gonna bitch and moan about that for hours.
Yeah, so both those thrones have lit up.
Sorkir politely waits for the bemoaning to finish before he takes his place and sits down on the throne.
And wait, I'm not done. Both the thrones have lit up and shot a beam at 2 gems, an emerald and an opal, on the obsidian throne, one on each armrest. And a sort of aura pops up on the chair. Around the chair. It is pitch black and earthy. The color is pitch black, but it has an earthy feel to it. The scribe walks to the base of the stairs and then explains, Master, the conditions have been met. Oh, we lost nobody.
Nope. Nobody's still here.
On my screen.
Okay.
One sec.
And stream still got.
Stream's still good. So
I tried.
I
There was
could.
an attempt.
Yeah, it happens. If she can't see and hear us all, then it's kind of a problem.
That's a good point. Doesn't really matter at that point.
Okay. Everyone's here now.
Yay.
Okay. Then she explains, Master, conditions have been met. Both of your companions have passed their tests. And now it is your turn. Please sit on the throne.
Okay. Soon as Rafe finishes bemoaning her headache, Sorknir takes one last look up at the throne, and then moves and sits down.
Okay. So you have sat on the throne now?
Correct.
I am going to need you to make This is a tough one. I got to figure out what exactly the role is. It's not Constitution.
What are we checking?
It's a saving. It's a you have to make a strength check.
Okay. Dirty.
Okay, and now roll D100. I need to. This is an opposed D100.
$44.
44.
Correct.
Okay. The chair has exudes a number of spikes from the armrests, and goes into the, and also one in the back in the backrest at neck level. They're not long. They're just long enough. They're kind of like needles. They're not like big spikes. They're just like little slivers that have kind of like poked themselves, like with you sitting down, like they've literally stabbed themselves into you. And all of a sudden your innate magic activates all on its own. And the stone song rings out through the hall.
Oh no, that hurts the ears.
No,
That does not help the
it's
headache.
very sweet and melodic. It's not.
You have a headache. It doesn't matter. She's sitting there. Oh God, that does not help the headache. Oh,
Oh, it is helping it.
geez. Oh no.
The stone song is alleviating your headache and causing any aches and pains any of you have to disappear.
They're examining that his wounds have closed during this
Oh no,
time.
you can't move.
Okay, Sarknir does
You're
nothing.
literally like this, like stuck to the chair.
Okay.
It's a magic throne. No, I'm not talking to you. Oh, sorry. Out of the top of the headrest of the the backrest of the throne, a protrusion of obsidian. A circle of obsidian protrudes out above your head, Sorknir, and then lowers on top of your head. And then breaks away from the rest of the throne. Before it breaks away from the rest of the throne, it shapes itself into a circlet. Not a full-on crown, but a circlet. Very ornate. So pretty much a dwarven crown.
Sure. Since Sarknir can't move, he accepts it gracefully.
The second that the piece on the back of the circlet breaks off, you are able to move again, and the needles have retracted.
Sarknir picks up his arms, rubs the minor wounds for a moment before feeling around the crown to get a feel for it. Does anything else happen?
I'm glad you have the obsidian crown, master.
Does he also hear the welcome message?
What was that?
Does he also hear the welcome message then?
No. You hear something else.
Okay.
Full access to the city has been granted to you, sire. Use it well, use it wisely.
Excellent.
And to quote a movie, keep it hidden, keep it safe. Keep it secret, keep it safe.
Yes.
You're supposed to keep it secret. Why do you have a crown? I mean, wouldn't a ring be a little easier to keep hidden?
It does feel like it would be inadvisable to go around advertising with a crown if you're supposed to keep this a secret.
Neither of you guys have heard that. You got those messages you hear are in your heads.
Sarknir muses out loud. It would not do. Although, to be fair, they can see that there's a crown on me, so it would make sense that Iolna would still be able to infer that.
Oh, it's not talking about the crown. It's talking about your power over the city.
That's what the message was. I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm saying keep it secret, keep it safe is talking about the power that you have over the city.
True. Anyway, so Sarknir muses on his throne would not do to advertise the founding of this city until we are ready. I will wear this while we are down here during our exploits and journeyings, but after that I will keep the crown in the forge for safekeeping. And with that, Sorknir gets up off the throne. Walks down to the scribe. Scribe. Where is the nearest information terminal? I need to know now the contents of the vaults.
Could you repeat that?
Sorknir asks the scribe now for the locations of the vaults. Or for the contents of the vaults, excuse me, or where to go to get that.
I do not have that information, my liege. But you do.
With that, does Sorknir realize that he now has that information in his brain?
You have an inkling that you need to sit on your throne to, like, you just have this feeling that to get said information, you would have to be sitting on your throne.
Okay. Sorknir then turns back around and walks back up the stairs and sits back down on the throne.
Okay. When you sit on the throne, the map tableau you have.
Yeah, you two just see this brief conversation. He just walks right back up.
The map tableau updates. Where there once were 3 vaults, there are now 4.
Sorknir doing his pulling up of things that looks in no way like a mid-2000s movie, enhancing and bringing up the contents of the holographic scroll contents of the vaults. Does that hidden 4th vault confirm to be reading through the contents? Does that confirm that that's
it doesn't, like, no, I'm guessing you would guess where there once were 3, there is now 4. The 4th one is where what you were looking for is.
Okay. There's nothing else that Sorknir looks to confirm beyond that, just absolutely confirm. Is there any way that he can do that, or is that all the information that he can grab?
Information classified is all you get for the 4th vault. Via a memory erasure.
My ancestors had a sense of humor after all.
No, it says information classified via memory erasure.
So you can know, and then you just have to be required to forget again?
No. Roll history. At advantage.
Yep, that'll be the Dwarven Architectures. 19. I just love rolling that today.
Yeah, you remember you were able to remember that once the pieces were hidden by their caretakers, so when they were split up, once they were hidden, Romulus had put a memory erasure spell on them so that even they wouldn't be able to remember where they were.
There we go. Okay, that's right.
So the contents are automatically updated by the city.
I'm caught
but
up
the
now.
city
Sorknir
was
would have
affected
known
by that. The city's system was affected by the memory erasure spell.
Sure. Yeah, Sorknir would have been able to put the 2 and 2 together at that point. And
Yeah,
and
that's what I mean. Sorknir would be able to put 2 and 2 together because of that. Because
Sorknir's been told that before. I might have forgotten. Sorknir would not have.
Yeah, Sorknir knows that. Yeah.
Anywho, that's awesome. So Sorknir then nods in satisfaction, stands up off the throne. Comrades, I know the location of the piece of Romulus that we are here for. It is this way. To which, of course, this way involves another 15-minute explanation of the possible paths that you can take.
Once you reach the bottom of the steps, the scribe, she turns to you and says, Master, which vault are you going to?
Sorknir stops what he had already begun explaining of the first of his chosen path, of the first of the possible paths. We are heading to the fourth vault.
Ah, the one below the keep.
Do you know a fast way?
Yes, with the three of you abilities, you can open the way.
Very well.
It is this way. And she leads you out of that room, down the stairs, and turns left at the bottom of the stairs, which then is a set of stairs that goes down to what looks like a blank, it's a set of stairs that opens up into a small, probably like a 8x10 room.
Okay.
And straight ahead, all the walls are covered in a mural except for one section that is a tall rectangle. No, I mean a tall octagon in the far wall that is touching the ground. It has 3 pedestals in front of it.
Walk over to the pedestals. Do they look like they're waiting for the three of us?
Each pedestal has a gem on it. Well, a stone on it. An obsidian, an emerald, and an opal.
Sorknir stands by the obsidian one so that it can be easily seen, and he gestures to Yolna and Rafe to go to the other 2 pedestals.
Fair enough. Are they
just kind of a
color coded or?
It's literally an emerald, an opal, and a obsidian.
Yeah, we had gems for.
That's it. The top, all that's on the top of it. It's not. There's no indent. There's no indication that it would stab you or anything. It's just the top of the thing is just a stone.
Such assurances.
It's one big stone is all it is. It's just one big stone is the top of each pedestal. So there's one big opal, one big it's just a slab of obsidian, a slab of opal, a slab of emerald. The scribe says, "Put your hands in this on the pedestals, and your statuses will open them. You will not be harmed by the pedestals. They react to your connections to the thrones upstairs."
So I'm fine to do that, but hypothetically, if Rafe and I hadn't agreed to do our part of this, would there be another way? Could we just walk there?
No. I would have had to have gotten 1 or 2 of my companions that are fill-ins if this vault was needed to be opened, and one of the advisors was not available.
So what they're saying is we're replaceable by machines.
No. We're not replaceable. Only if there is not a advisor connected to one of the thrones.
Sorknir turns back to Rafe. She said yes.
Well, that okay, good. I thought I understood that right. All right.
Not preferred, but my people do have contingencies. And he gestures again to where Yolna and Sorknir have our hands on the rocks, just kind of looking at you like, and? We've learned your ways. We're going with passive aggressive for this particular moment.
I take it Rafe puts their paw hand on the pedestal.
I suppose.
The second your hand hits the pedestal, all three pedestals light up, and the octagon-shaped section on the wall that is not covered in a mural glows for a minute, and it turns into a dwarven-style door.
This is just way too fancy for me.
That the
I missed
scribe
the
walks
smokes.
over and opens.
Such are the trappings of royalty.
You say that, but I am, and I still prefer to swamp.
This vault is only openable by decision of the Obsidian Throne. The Obsidian Throne is the only one that does not have a contingency for it.
Of course, dwarfs never fail.
You say that, and we're in an empty city. Like, where did everybody go? Rafe is
that in character?
Oh yeah, Rafe is just off the wall today. She is not okay.
The scribe takes your off the cuff comment as a inquiry and pulls out her quote unquote book, not the scroll, the book, and starts flipping through it and says, "The lizardmen are buried out by the pastures. The dwarves are in the catacombs. The Harengon were returned to the Dawn faction. The elves were sung into trees. And the humans left."
Peachy. Okay, let's just get going.
So you all step in, and once you go through the door, the scribe tries to follow you, but is unable to. Not because of size, but because she literally cannot pass the door.
Sure, why not? Just keep walking.
I apologize, sire. I can go no further.
Activate the next guide. Return to your place. And
There
Sort
are none.
turns and walks
From
away.
here on, you are on your own.
Very well. Return to your place. And
Very well, sire.
as it just turns and walks turns and walks away.
She, the scribe closes the door and walks off as she closes the door. As soon as the door is closed, you are not left in darkness. A series of will-o-wisps light the way.
You know, if you see those things in the swamp, you don't follow them because they're going to lead you off to your death, right?
No, they're not flying around. They're literally just like in cages on the wall.
That just don't seem right either.
That's it. Very elaborate for such small needs. I am curious as to the thoughts of my people.
Well,
He
those would have had to come
just
from
kind of
my-
idly muses it as we're walking. He's not stopping to like
Roll
be shocked
investigation.
by this.
Iona and Rafe.
Okay,
That's a 12.
Rafe?
I'm pulling up my sheet so I can do the math.
Oh, okay.
That's a 22.
Okay. I'm gonna need you to, Rafe, to roll an Arcana with advantage because of Illithid language.
I rolled one better. So that becomes a 17.
Was that with advantage?
It was a 16 before.
Okay, yeah. The cages have Illithid writing on them.
Oh yeah, those are definitely put up by my people.
It's writing of preservation and binding. Just servitude. So pretty much they're enslaved will-o-wisps.
Yeah. That just don't seem right. I mean, I don't want them loose in here, but that just don't seem right.
What'd you get, Iona?
12.
Yeah, you can feel there is quite a bit of druidic energy in this tunnel. Roll an Arcana.
That's probably not going to go anywhere either, but yeah, that's a 10.
With advantage.
As you will. Yep, that's still a 10.
Just like me. Hey.
You pass. A bunch of runes start glowing in the air. Druidic runes. They're not harmful, but they are warding. Runes of warding. Similar to the barrier at the portico.
So
Instead of barrier against ill intent, it's a barrier against So the one at the portico was a barrier of ill intent. Like, so if someone wanted to do harm to the occupants of the keep, they would not be able to pass the barrier at the portico. This one is a barrier of intent. So it judges you on your heart.
Okay.
So it only lets in
Sorknir,
people?
you have kept walking, correct?
Yes.
Roll a dwarven check.
Okay. Oh, phew. 20, dirty.
Ooh.
Thought that said 4 and not 14 for a moment.
This one actually, the higher you get is worse. You notice that you are walking right into a trap. Sorknir, you have walked right into an ancient dwarven death trap. But you realized way too late because you were marveling at all the architecture around you.
Okay.
What do you do?
I command the trap to stop as the person with unlimited access to this city. Surely at this point I possess
Roll
the
Arcana.
command to shut it down.
At disadvantage.
Okay. 9.
Yeah, you get it to stop, but it doesn't seem like it's going to stay stopped.
quickly move. And Sorknir dives through to the other side of it.
Yeah. Roll. Rafe, Iona. Actually, all of you roll. I think athletics. I think it would be athletics. Or would it be acrobatics? To sprint through it.
Through it, that'd be athletics.
Athletics.
The one thing I don't have.
Oh,
hey.
silly me. Aha! 15. Almost forgot that Artificer is ridiculous and I can use my int for my strength check things.
Yes, it is. I do not have that power, but I still rolled a 17, which makes it a 17.
Nice.
Iona?
It's a 14 for me.
And Sorknir?
15.
You all pass. You guys are able to weave through the moving parts without getting hurt and make it through before the parts start moving again. On the other side is a chamber with 3 pedestals. Each of the pedestals holds a set of... Wait, this was the gauntlets, right?
Gauntlets, you think? Yeah.
I think that's...
Yeah, the gauntlets. It was either the gauntlets or the bracers. The bracers. Bracers, gauntlets, what do you want to call them? It was either that or the boots / greaves. Each one holds a set of gauntlets. They all look different from each other.
Sorknir barks the command for all traps to shut down.
What was that?
Sorknir barks the command for all traps to shut down.
So Rafe does.
Roll persuasion.
Well,
Yeah, Rafe?
Sorknir's doing this weird thing in his head. Rafe takes out one of the daggers.
Okay.
And holds it up to the different gauntlets.
It does not react to any of them.
9.
In fact, it feels heavier when you're in this room.
Okay.
So the hold on. Okay, she puts it away, and then she picks up she lifts up like the different gauntlets to see which one feels the heaviest.
Ha!
Are you sure you want to do that?
Well, I mean, Sorknir's about to make his persuasion roll, so while he's literally doing this, Rafe has got no patience. She
What's
is
your
done
persuasion?
with this underground place.
9.
You fail. As you
She's not lifting
go
up
to
both
reach for the
gauntlets.
first set of gauntlets.
What she lifts them up simultaneously, like one from the middle pedestal, one from the outside on this side to weigh them.
They compare.
Even as you're reaching for the first 2 gauntlets, you just hear a voice say, "You may only grab one."
Oh, it says who? That's just not nice. What is this? I'm only supposed to drink from one. I can take one pair out, right? Yeah, there's 3 pairs here.
You may only touch one.
That's just
Well,
bullshit.
hold up. There's 3 of us. What if we each grab one at the same time? How does that work?
You may only touch one.
But we would only be touching one.
I don't think the computer can. I don't think this magic thing can say anything other than you may only touch one.
Incorrect.
What if I don't touch one? What if we poke one with the dagger or with the staff? Does that count as touching? Rafe is
Insufficient data.
Oh, that was a new thing.
Well, with Rafe being able to walk up and approach the gauntlets without issue, Sarknir follows in Rafe's footsteps and approaches the gauntlets and begins examining them. Trying to figure out which one is which.
Roll investigation.
See if
and
anything
history.
matches.
All of you
I'm sorry.
that are next to the everyone that's next to the pedestals, roll investigation and history.
Investigation and history. Oh,
Yes.
Okay.
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Okay. So Sarknir got 24 on the history and 22 on the investigation.
What was that?
24 and 22. 24. Oh, brain. 24 was history, 22 was investigation.
Okay. Iona? Wait, are you looking at the gauntlets, Iona, or is it just Rafe and Sarknir?
I think it might just be Rafe and Sorknir on this one.
Okay.
On account of I rolled, and it's not even worth talking about. It's not interesting numbers in either direction.
What are the numbers?
A couple of 8s.
Okay. Rafe?
Rafe got a 21 on her history, but got a nat 1 for a total of 4 on the investigation.
I know exactly what I'm trying to find, but I don't see it anywhere here.
Okay. So yeah. So Rafe, wait, who got higher history?
Rafe,
Sarknir.
Sarknir, you got
You got a
over
21, right? Was your good
I was
roll?
at 21, yeah. So you
Yeah,
got,
both my rolls were higher than that.
yeah.
Okay. So both. For history, you both can recall what the gauntlets look like, which eliminates one of the pairs. There are 2 pairs left.
Okay.
Sarknir, as the only one that got a high enough roll, it is up to you. 1 or 2.
Does the investigation not figure out which one of those 2 it is?
It's.
Did I get
You
any?
can tell that they're. So the investigation is. Both of them look like the real ones.
Oh, okay.
There are slight differences between the 2 of them. It is more about following your gut.
All right. Well, Sarknir's gut is, of course, attuning to things and feeling them out. So he puts his hands up by both of them and attempts to just feel out the arcane auras to decide which of them is
Roll
true to
Dwarven
mine.
without advantage.
Okay. It don't matter. I'm just a high roller today most of the time. 22 again.
Okay. It is the one on the left that feels more otherworldly.
Rafe, may
But the
I
one on the right feels stronger.
see the daggers for a moment?
I'll take one out.
And feeling the energies from the one on the left for a moment. It is this one. And
So the one that feels more otherworldly or the one that feels more stronger?
one that feels more otherworldly.
Okay. So You pick them up, and the other two disappear. They start to glow,
Good?
and they appear on your arms. Pretty much, yeah.
Sorknir taps them and examines them and nods in satisfaction towards the pedestals.
And then the pedestals retreat into the ground, but a stone chest rises out of the floor as the pedestals drop into the ground.
Sorknir pulls his intelligent rope out of his pack and has it
One
reach
sec.
over and open up the chest. Not trusting things here anymore.
And we've lost our GM, so.
What'd you say, Sorknir?
Sorknir uses a rope that he has. There we go. The rope of climbing, and orders it to go over to the chest and just lift up on it if it will lift up without any complex movement. Not trusting the chest to be touched right away.
The lid cannot be lifted by the rope.
Okay, but nothing happens to the rope when the rope comes in contact with the chest?
No.
Okay. Right. Sorknir walks over and opens
Of
up.
course, a rope isn't alive, so it's not a good test.
Sorknir is still satisfied by that and walks over and...
I can guess where you're thinking. You're thinking it might be a mimic, right?
No.
Like, literally, whenever I've heard this kind of situation before, I've always thought the chest was a mimic.
No, Sorknir's just paranoid because he was expecting all of the traps to deactivate for him once he was made master of the place.
It failed because there
or be
were no
alerted to him.
traps.
So he is now suspicious that things have not been deactivated appropriately.
True.
So that's where he was going. But he goes over and touches the chest now. And
Rafe, Iona, what do you guys do?
I don't really feel like input's needed at this point, right? I mean, Sorknir's just opening the box. It's kind of a one-person activity.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, Rafe doesn't have any reason to go to the box, so she's not going to go to the box.
Okay. As Sorknir lifts the lid, the daggers start to vibrate and get hotter.
The daggers are getting hotter?
Yes.
do the bracers react at all?
No.
Well, the daggers are getting hot.
What do you mean?
They're physically hot.
Bizarre. Sorknir, was he able to see what's inside it all at this point, or is he just opening it?
It is too dark.
He shuts it.
No, I mean the room is too dark for you to be able to see inside.
Okay, he shuts the chest. Do the knives go back to a normal temperature?
Their temperature goes down a little bit, but not back to what they were before.
Well, Might as well investigate that. He opens it
Now
up
that
again.
the gauntlets are no longer, like now that the test of the gauntlets is no longer active, they are back to the weight that they were when you first picked them up. And they were a little warmer than they were when you entered the room.
Open up the chest and create and put up a light source to be able to see what's going on.
Okay. Roll perception. Sarknir.
Okay. There we go. There's a low roll. 3. Or 4, excuse me. I'm sure that'll make a difference. I can't see inside the box. It's beyond me.
It wasn't for being able to see in the box. It was to see if you saw what came out of the box. You didn't.
Yeah, so do we see what comes out of the box?
Roll perception.
Lovely 15.
Okay.
Yeah, I also hit 15.
Yeah, if he had rolled higher, you guys wouldn't have needed to roll perception. But because he rolled so low, you guys needed to. You guys both see what the illithid writing in the rubble was warning about. A flaming shadow.
The shadow? Oh, I just don't know.
A flaming amorphous shadow.
Okay, so I grab the daggers and I stab it.
Roll an attack. What is the standard attack for what's the standard addition for daggers?
It's dex that well, because they're versatile, I can choose to use my dex, so I do. So I got a let's see, and I'm proficient in it, so that's a 24.
What is your addition is what I'm asking.
My addition, I add 5 to my attacks currently.
Those daggers give you an additional plus
I'm sorry, an additional plus what?
2 to hit.
2. Okay, so that would be a 26.
Okay, yeah, you hit it.
Yeah? Good.
Roll damage.
Well, it's a dagger.
Also, what element do you want the damage to have?
Well, it's a fiery shadow, so icy light.
Oh, also, roll your second attack. 2 daggers, 2 attacks.
Well, that's not great because I don't have the 2-weapon fighting feat, and there's penalties. What are those penalties again? I don't remember.
Oh, it's just that you don't get to add your ability modifier to the damage.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's ridiculously easy, but also that was only that only comes to like a 12 because yeah.
It hits.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Well, this might be an amorphous shadow. It absolutely is being stabbed with daggers, which only do 1d4 damage. I'm sorry, 3d4 damage?
They're divine daggers.
Oh, where's my other d4s? Hang on a moment.
Yeah, so one dagger is glowing white, the other one is glowing blue. Well, one is misty, one is glowing white.
Okay. Well, with the +2, because that always applies to attack and damage, that comes out to a 13 on the first attack.
Mm-hmm. And the +2 still counts?
That's what I said, including
No,
that.
I mean for both attacks.
Yeah, that's typical because the dagger grants that bonus, not you. So that's a 10 on the second attack.
Okay, so what were the two? Well, okay, so it was a 10 and a what?
And a 13.
So
Still
23?
only 3d4. It's still only 3d4.
So 23?
So a total of 23. Yeah, because Rafe has no strength.
It is barely holding itself together. Roll initiative.
Okay. 17.
Okay.
My favorite number of the day, 19.
That would be a 7 for me.
Okay, so what was yours, Sorknir?
19.
So 19, 17, 11, and a 7. What do you do, Sorknir?
Recovering from his momentary shock of this thing towards him, Sorknir pulls his hammer out, kind of snaps it down so the haft flings
I've
down.
lost feed of you, nobody.
I don't see nobody either.
I don't see nobody either.
Oh,
nobody's
no,
I
back.
see nobody again. So throw it down to it. So throw the handle down and extend it to its two-handed model, and just brings it down, attempting to smash the.
Okay, so you would have to move first. It is not within reach.
Oh, okay. I move to within melee range then while I do that.
Okay.
So Sarkir walks forward, extending the
Yeah,
maul.
yeah. So as you're walking, you extend it and just wail. Okay, roll the hit.
And that is 18.
That hits. Roll damage.
Since this is two-handed, will we treat this as a maul at this point, or should I still just roll this as a regular mace? We had given this an ability to extend into a two-hander.
Yes. If it's extended to two-hand, it is considered a two-handed weapon when in two-handed mode. So that would be considered either a warhammer or a maul.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. So maul. So that's 2d6. And that will be 9, 11 damage.
Also, what do you want Dissy to do?
What?
Do you want Dissy to do anything?
Oh, Starmie? No, Starmie can
No, Dissy, not Stormy. Pros.
Oh! I didn't realize I had both defenders with me.
Yes. Not when they started following you around, since Pro showed back up.
Well, what's the results of my mauling this thing?
Would you say the
12.
Damage was?
12 blunt damage.
So it only took 6.
Okay, so it disapparates before the power of my mighty strike.
Yeah, it still takes damage, but it doesn't take full damage.
Oh, it only takes 6. I gotcha.
It takes half. Blood. Slashing damage is does full damage, but also because those were divine weapons, is why it did full damage.
Is it resistant to magical weapons? Because this is magical at this point. Forgot to note that. It's one of the things that an artificer can do is I can add +1 to the damage and attack and make it magical. It's one of my infusements.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it a 3/4.
Okay, so 9
Not full,
damage.
not half, but 3/4. So it takes 9.
Yep.
It's still up.
Okay. In that case, he tells Dissy and Starmie to. Well, he just tells Dissy to attack. He's not.
Yeah, because Starmie doesn't really have
He's not convinced Starmie needs to get into battle.
offensive abilities. Okay, so Dissy attacks. Look up the stats. I mean, the stuff for the Hellfire Shotgun. Sarkner?
Yeah, I don't think you gave those.
No, I'm online. Like I can't remember what it is. So it's like.
Why don't we just go to the next person then, and I'll look, and I'll try to find that.
Okay, yeah. We'll just say that we'll do Dissy once you find that. Okay, that would be Wraith, right?
At 17? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was a 19, 17, 11, and 7.
She stabs it again.
Okay. Using 1 dagger or 2?
She'll use both.
Okay,
I mean, why not, right?
go for it.
And so both of those are 17s.
Both hit. You guys stick with the ice light combo?
Yeah. It's still a gold, it's still a flamey, shadowy thing, right?
Yes.
Yeah, she's let's see, that's okay. Total of 17 from both daggers.
Yeah, it takes some serious damage, but it's a lot less solid now. It's still there. It's just a lot less solid.
Okay.
It is going to attack Wraith.
Shocker. Let's see.
1 sec. I put the wrong thing in the. That is a 18. Does an 18 hit?
Yeah, an 18 will hit. I'm just checking something. No. That's not what I want. Hang on. There we go. What? That is not what I want. Jesus. There we go. All right. So an 18 will not hit.
It won't?
She casts shield as a reaction.
Nice. And what's the
An invisible magical barrier of force appears and protects you until the start of next turn. You have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack. And you take no damage from magic missile, if that was the spell that was being sent at you.
No, what is your AC?
My AC becomes a 19.
Okay. Then I take. You said 19
Uh-huh.
with the shield.
Yeah, because you said it was an 18. I've
Yes.
got a 14 base, so that's a
That was for the first one.
and it still affects. It's still in effect. It remains at a 19.
Yeah, the second attack is a 22.
Okay. She cut the number of attacks hitting her in half. That's actually helpful.
Yep. 19 damage.
Okay.
She takes a flaming, a barrage of flaming needles.
Okay.
Made out of shadow
Okay.
flames. So it's like, okay, Fiona, you're up.
Yeah, that looked bad. This thing that's attacking Rafe, I mean, are they... I assume they're within 10 feet of each other. They were just stabbing each other, so...
Oh no, that was a but yeah, they are within 10 feet of each other, but also that was kind of like shot out of its body.
Yes, but Rafe has daggers.
Yeah. So within 10 feet of each other, yeah.
So yeah, in that case, I think Yona is going to actually cast a spell for once. I think this is like the second time I've ever done that in this game.
Yeah, you've used wild shape, but
Um,
you've never really cast a spell.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and drop...
At least in battle, you've never
Might
used a spell.
be a bad move, honestly, but we'll see. Wither and Bloom. This thing needs to make a Constitution saving throw of 15.
$19.
Okay. I honestly don't know if this will do anything anyway, but might as well find out. So it passed the save, so that would be 3 necrotic damage. And then if you choose Rafe, you can blah 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 blah. Roll one of your unspent hit die and regain a number of hit points equal to that roll plus
You said
5.
3?
Yeah,
damage?
3 necrotic damage.
Okay.
Okay. So I get to roll 1 hit die and get back that much HP.
Plus 5, yes.
Plus 5? Oh, well, yeah, let's do that. That recovers a lot of my lost hit points. I'm down.
All right. Yeah, I mean, in theory, this is supposed to be like a pulling the vitality out of one thing and drawing it into another sort of spell, but it kind of seems like you just healed way more than I damaged that thing, so I don't know.
That's fine.
Very efficient energy transfer.
What was the... Okay, what'd you get back in health?
I got 8 hit points back.
Nice. Okay, back to the top of the order.
That's why they call it blood
action.
fusion.
Oh.
Proud of that one.
Bonus action, I will go ahead and shift into a brown bear because fighty.
Okay,
And that's me.
top of the order.
All right. I could not find the brimstone shotgun info anywhere.
One sec. Hellfire, not brimstone.
Hellfire shotgun. I couldn't find shotgun. I couldn't find fire. Anything. So yeah, we'll just start off. We'll just start off with the maul once more here.
It is... One sec. I
2d8
just found it.
piercing. And it has 2 shots. It's 2d8 piercing damage.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
What's its plus to hit?
It doesn't have one.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just whatever your modifier is, dexterity and proficiency.
Gotcha. Okay.
It being a hellfire weapon just means that whatever you kill with it automatically goes to hell.
That's right. Do you have disease?
And it's turning any humanoid killed by an attack made with this weapon has its soul funneled into the river Styx, where it's reborn instantly as a Lemure demon. Devil.
With the it deals 8 damage, so dealing 3/4 damage. With the maul, it deals
to hit.
6 damage.
What was the hit?
15. Sorry.
Yeah, I hit.
Or
Okay,
16.
so
keep forgetting my magic adding on. Oh, which means I need to add another damage too. So that is, what did I say? It was 8, so 9, which is still 6 for 3/4.
The Hellfire Shotgun gets
6.
full.
Still 6, excuse me.
The Hellfire Shotgun will give full damage.
This is at the mall.
So what was the full damage?
9
It takes 9 damage.
with the mall, which we said was 3/4 damage.
No, I mean the Hellfire Shotgun will give full damage, so 9. Right?
I was trying to get the info for the Hellfire Shotgun while I was doing the mall attack. So the mall attack is hit and has dealt 6 damage.
Okay.
What's the 2 hit on the Hellfire Shotgun, and I will roll that attack.
It hit. Damage done.
I need to roll that shot. I need to roll the shotgun attack. What is it to hit? So what is it to hit? Okay, it's gonna hit. I rolled a 19. It doesn't even matter. We don't need to know that to hit.
Yeah. 2d8.
We said 2d8, right? Okay. That's a d10. That's cheating. 13 damage on the shotgun.
Oh, that just obliterates it.
Sorknir does a big overhead swing, and while he's hunched over and bowed from the attack, the shotgun blast just flies over his back and
I can literally just see
and you
Ditsy.
hear the as the shadow entity is sucked into the hells.
I literally can just see Dissy just like vaulting, like using your back as a springboard, and just point blank in that shadow.
Just leapfrog Sorknir at the same time while pulling the trigger.
Yeah, like as you hit it and you're down, I can just see Dissy running up, jumping off your back, and then just like putting its mouth inside it and exploding, like firing off.
There we go. Sorknir stands up and sees the work of Dizzy. Show off. And
Not Dissy.
What is it?
It's not ZZY, it's DISSY.
Gotcha. Dessy. Thank you.
Dissy. DISSY.
Dissy. Okay.
Yeah, Dissy, not Dizzy.
Gotcha. Dissy. Thank you. He compacts the hammer and puts it back on his belt and crosses his arms in satisfaction.
I don't know. Ditsy sounds like a really good name for a alchemist's assistant. You know, the little helper. Yeah.
Yeah, Ditsy.
Ditsy. Yep.
Yeah. It's in the shape of a displacer beast.
Ditsy. Perfect name for a cat.
Dizzy. Yeah.
No, not Dizzy. Ditsy.
Oh, Ditsy.
It's Ditsy.
This is Ditsy. It has a Hellfire Shotgun in its mouth. Yeah, so now that the Flaming Shadow is gone, a light shines out of the chest. And out floats a orb. Like a crystal ball, but a little different. Anyone that would like to roll an Arcana check.
Certainly curious about what in the world this is. A dirty 20.
Same.
30 20s? Sorknir, I'm also going to need you to roll a
Probably
history.
not going to talk.
I mean, I can talk if I want to. I just can't use my mouth for it. I realize it's been a while, but Yolna does have the telepathic feat. She can still communicate in wild shape, so...
That's a good point. You can't talk, but we can hear you.
Yes. What is the history?
18.
God damn.
Nah, that's a.
Oh no, it was just Sorknir.
Oh, I was
It
gonna
was
say
doing
'cause
history.
I got a dirty 22, so
Yeah, you were
Nice.
both of you were doing Arcana, and then he was doing history because this
Dwarf,
area, it's dwarven stuff. Like,
dwarf BS.
this is a dwarven seeing stone. That has been supercharged.
Is it safe to take with us, or is it?
Oh, it's safe to use, yes, but it's much more powerful than a standard dwarven seeing stone. It's on the level of a palantir.
Is it the same size as well? So we're talking small bowling ball.
It's more the size of. It's not a bowling ball. It's probably the size of a candlepin ball.
What is that?
Candlepin bowling. Smaller pin, smaller ball.
we don't like
It's not that
standard
big.
ball.
It's roughly the size of a softball.
Ah,
So,
okay.
Okay,
yeah,
so kind of like the balls you toss out in bocce ball.
Gotcha.
yeah, it's a bocce. It's the size of a bocce ball.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's got the power of a palantir, but it's the size of a bocce ball.
Well, I'm glad something useful came out of that mess. And Sorknir grabs it and pockets it.
Also, the shadow dropped electrum pieces and a few gold pieces too,
Okay.
and one platinum piece.
Since Sorknir is standing over it, he divides out the
40 electrum,
coinage.
40 electrum pieces, 20 gold pieces, and one platinum.
Wait, that thing upstairs said we were supposed to watch out for the shadow, right? I mean, that means it can't have moved in later if it was a warning built into the system. Did they put this thing here?
That wasn't built into the system. That was left by the one that dismantled the Guardian.
Okay.
It certainly appears that my people left it. I am very confused.
Sorknir, roll another Arcana check, please, and a Constitution saving throw.
Arcana is 14. Constitution save is a mighty 8.
Ooh, you're hitting the ground
Okay.
with a splitting headache. Like, it is severe migraine levels of headache. As you get info dumped by your circlet.
Okay.
About the shadow. And that's probably where we're going to end.
Okay, well next month come see us find our friend. We do have a we do have the Patreon, we have a Ko-Fi page for Transistor Games. You can find information about the game book that Jen is working on. I'm working on this. That'll pop up occasionally in those. And then also we are going to have the first Transistor Games product release sometime in the next couple of months. It is the Mutual Aid Pride Slimes. This product will be all proceeds being donated to Mutual Aid. That's not going to be a profit thing. it's mutual aid. We help each other out. So this particular product will be given, well, the proceeds will be given for mutual aid once that gets released.
Awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Enjoy, everyone. Have a good time. We're gonna raid over. I think we got like a few viewers here, so we're gonna quickly raid Jinx Arcane, one of our fellow mutual aid streamers. So we'll see you over there.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
And we're raid away.